What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're getting into my Missouri Valley Conference Tournament prediction. It's time for the Arch Madness in St. Louis. I mean, this is an underrated conference. We just finished off with a good game between Bradley and Drake for the number one seed, and Bradley won it to continue their winning streak of 10. I believe Drake had a 10-game winning streak as well, but this is a really good conference, guys. It's not just Bradley and Drake here as the number one seeds. As I'll just go down the list here. Bradley had finished with 16-4 record in conference play. Drake finished at 15-5. So obviously we know that if Drake won that game, they would have been the one seed, but they didn't, of course. And then we got the 3 seed Southern Illinois finding themselves at 14-6 in conference play, tied up with Belmont, who finished 14-6 as well. So Belmont and Southern Illinois are two really good teams as well. And then we go down to the 5 seed, also a good team in Indiana State, finished 13-7. They did lose 2 straights to finish the year, so that was tough for Indiana State. They had a chance to get the 3 seed there or the 4 seed, but they're going to have to play in the first round right there. And then number 6 seed, we had Missouri State finishing at 12-8. Not a lot of tiebreakers in this conference. The only tiebreaker was the Southern Illinois and Belmont that was having to be played. And then at number 7, we got Murray State, 11-9. If you remember, Murray State made the Madness last year. Also had John Morant on their program a few years ago. And then number 8, we got University of Northern Iowa. Number 9, we got Illinois State. Okay, so by the way, I forgot, but Murray State was 11-9 in conference play. Northern Iowa was 9-11. And then we got a big drop here with Illinois State at 6-14 in conference play. And then number 10, we got Valparaiso. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but 5-15 in conference play. 11, you got UIC at 4-16 in conference play. And then the worst team, Evansville, finished 1-19 in conference play. Not a good stretch for Evansville. Their only win was against Northern Iowa. All right, so that is the bracket. Let's look at the let's do these predictions here. Let's start out with Northern Iowa versus Illinois State. Illinois State is coming off a 2-game winning streak here, or a 1-game, but they beat Evansville, so that was not a very good game. Illinois State just really did not have a good ending stretch the year. I like Northern Iowa, an experienced team. I think that they can get that win. And then we got Indiana State against Evansville. There's no way I see Evansville winning that game. I mean, Evansville's just not a very good team, let's be honest. And then we got Murray State versus Valparaiso. Murray State, I think, is just clearly the better team here. Valparaiso is coming off a 4-game losing streak, so tough stretch for them. And then Missouri State versus UIC. I just don't see any upsets happening. I don't see UIC pulling off the upset. I'm going with Missouri State. All right, so let's go over here for a spot in the next round here. Into the semifinals. Bradley against Northern Iowa. You got to go with Bradley there. They're just playing too good. I don't see Northern Iowa pulling off a massive upset. And then Belmont versus Indiana State, a good matchup between these two teams. Let's see. These two teams just played last Wednesday, the last Wednesday, and Belmont won by a point. So a big win for Belmont in that game. They also played. They play in December. I'm not sure, but this is a revenge matchup between these two. I like Belmont as a program. They made the tournament 3 years ago or 2 years ago. I'm not entirely sure, but really good Belmont team there. I'm going to go with them. Even though Indiana State gets a kind of an extra getting warmed up against Evansville, I don't see them. I think that Belmont can secure the win. They got that win on the road as well against Indiana State. That's a huge game right there for them. And then Drake versus Murray State. Yeah, I like the Bulldogs. I know they just came up with a loss, but I don't see Murray State pulling off the upset. And then Southern Illinois versus Missouri State. I'm going to go with an upset pick here. We're going to go with Missouri State pulling off the win. I know Southern Illinois is a really good team this year, but Missouri State got a I'm a BYU fan. They actually beat BYU this season down in Utah. I mean, that was just a huge win for that program. It's not a bad team there in Missouri State. It's an underrated program. Um, these two met. Southern Illinois just completely demolished against them earlier. But then when it was at home, it was a close game. So I think that, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. I think that Missouri State can get the revenge. And we got to go some upsets here. So let's go with Missouri State, also getting a warm-up game against UIC. So, all right. So for a spot in the championship matchup, we got Bradley and Belmont. Wow, a really good matchup between two really good teams. I mean, Bradley is the hottest team in this conference night right now with a 10-game winning streak against Belmont. I really do like Belmont, but Bradley's playing too good right now. I don't see them losing. And then Drake versus Missouri State. I think Missouri State's run's going to come to an end there. I'm going with Drake. So ultimately, we got Bradley and Drake. Now, I think at this point, these two teams maybe even should get a consideration for a bubble spot or, in the bubble. Even whoever wins this game. But this is on a neutral floor here between Drake and Bradley. Obviously, we saw Drake win that one earlier. Obviously, we saw Bradley win that one earlier, but Drake completely demolished Bradley when they were at home. So it's a good matchup. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs here. I like them just quite a bit more over Bradley. I know Bradley just got the win, but Drake, I think, is going to make some adjustments, and Drake will be your Missouri Valley Conference champion. So, but like I said, I think that Bradley, even with that loss, especially if it's a close game, I think that they should get some consideration considering they beat Belmont. Really good team. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video today. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the content. Comment down below your predictions. And anyway, peace out.